Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Daily Teachings. Before we start, quick introduction. Anything we discuss today is only for educational purpose only. Nothing is a financial advice. Alright guys, another amazing day today. Actually it was a great day because our game plan was on fire. I did tweet out that game plan as well on X as well. A lot of our plays were on fire, a lot of technical setups, MTF cloud setups, news plays, right? So you will learn how to trade the news, you will learn some gap and crap setups, you will learn the daily breakout and gap fill setups, and you will learn the MTF strategy. Before we start, let's do a quick introduction to anybody who's new to our X accounts, new to my YouTube, or new to our community. We trade repeatable system called Ripster EMA Clouds System. The system traded by thousands of traders across the world, system traded by our community, and you can see the impact of this system has had over the years on many traders. You can go to ripstereducation.com. I run a free website, ripstereducation.com. We run a community as well, one of the largest trading communities online, largest educational focused community with the largest trading floor, not an alert or signal service. So as community is for those who are looking for a lifetime long-term success in the stock market and be a professional traders. Anyways, the system is what you trade, setup system is how you trade, setup is what you trade. So how do we find these setups? We find these setups by doing a pre-market planning. If we are doing the day trades, pre-market planning, we find our swings. Out of those pre-market planning, we do find investments out of those swing planning. Although we focus a lot on short-term trading, but we would be launching our long-term investment research platform soon as well. But let's see how we plan our trades every day. So every day morning we have a news plays. We split our, this is our pre-market plan. If you watch my free webinar I did a few weeks back to show you how we pick those setups, how we play those setups. We have news plays, we have technical setups, we color code them. Then we have our earning setups. Then we have our index stock plays. And then we also have upgrade and downgrade plays. I usually focus anything which is high priority. I focus it as a red so the traders can trade that. Not only we trade that, we have many other setups. We have a repeatable day to day 3 strategy. I teach you that strategy. Our day to day 3 strategy is also a special strategy that we trade today. Today our hood long didn't really work on our day to day 3 strategy. But we have core weave and circle, which were solid movers on our day 2 strategy. We'll talk about them. You can learn the strategy. You can watch different YouTube playlists on different strategies. We also trade futures. We trade futures. We have the pre-market planning on the futures as well. We trade ETFs, index stocks as well. We provide those planning in the pre-market. We trade crypto stocks. We trade low float. We trade a lot of these setups in the community as well. We have a lot of tools in our community. We have over 3 option flow scanners free for everybody to use. We have stock scanner, we have breaking news alerts, we have audio news alerts, we have order flow scanner. We have multiple screen shares in the community that traders can use, hold, unhold alerts. We have a news channel, we have support and resistance alerts. So we have a lot of tools which are worth $500–600 a month, which are free for everyone in the community. And our community, we use a state-of-art platform where everything is provided for anybody, a new student of mine or a new trader who joins, he gets the full guidance there as well. Anyways, I'm on the voice first few hours of the market open, guiding the traders through the setups from our daily plan. Anything I think it's a good long, anything I'm trading, even if I'm not trading something, I still try to guide all the traders through these trade setups. So we're going to look at these and I'm going to show you my timestamped step-by-step guidance on a lot of these setups. And then so that you can also learn these setups and you can trade those setups consistently and become successful. All right, let's start with the first setup of the day. Let's take a start of our first setup of the day. Let's look at the first setup we traded today all day. Our top setup in the community, that was NBIS. So let's take a look. Let's see how we traded NBIS. What was our plan? Let's start here on NBIS. All right, so NBIS. So huge news in the pre-market on NBIS. There was a huge news with the Microsoft. The news on NBIS was that NBIS deal with Microsoft. Support 96, 92, 90, resistance 100 and 100, 106. The trade versus 100, long over 100, no go under 92, 90, gap and crap under that, bullish to neutral bias. So always remember, one of my most important teaching is that whenever something is close to 100, 100 is a big psychological level. So 100 is a big psychological level, like 50, 10, 200, 1,000. You can trade versus those. What do I mean by you can trade versus those levels? You can use those levels to risk either you're long, either you're short, you're a bull or a bear. You can use those levels to trade. You can use the psychological levels to trade. So how did we use? So in this case, we utilized our 100 level. So how did we use 100 level? So the point was, first of all, since we are not under 100, there is no long. So I told the traders there's no long, gap and crap short. So you short it, either you short 1,000 shares, you can risk $100 right away, or you can wait for the clouds to break and then scale in. So we shorted it right away because our system, Ripster Clouds, told us to short. We shorted it. You buy the puts, you can buy the 90 puts or whatever. We shorted it. Our first target was 90. As we started to move lower, you see the clouds breaking. We're going to break the 3450 clouds. We moved the stops lower. We met our first target, and then we moved our stops to 95. Our next target was 88. We did hit our next 88 target as well. That's where we logged some profit. Now I always use Fibonacci's on the gap and crap setups. This Fibonacci was from the lows to the highs of the pre-market. That gave me a nice level of Fibonacci right here. You see that 0.5 Fibonacci. There was a buyer sitting around this 86 area, held it, and when it held third times, I told the traders that we are going to bounce. And that's when we closed our shorts. A lot of traders got long here at the 512s. So this is something I'm going to show you right now. This is what I call is a cup and handle intraday. And it doesn't have to be your textbook cup and handle. Believe in what you believe. If I like something which is bullish, I like that. So anyways, so this was cup and handle. Initially, it became bearish. So I told the traders it became bearish. So be careful. But this is a concept of reclaim. It became bullish again, and it became a long again, long 92.50s, and your stops at 91, 91.30s. So anyways, we logged the profits, on that 0.50 Fibonacci target met. That's when we moved our stops at 91.50, and that's when we stopped our rest of the runners. And then we go to the 512 curls. You can see that I alerted that 512 curls, and this curl was CE cup and handle curl, right? Cup and handle. From that cup and handle curl, we went on to push to high of the days. I told the traders that over high of days we can push higher, move the stops up 94. So you can see that you could literally short it for 7, 8, 9 points to the downside, and then you could long for almost $10 to the upside. You just have to learn these patterns, chart patterns, so you're doing it right. And you will see this many times on the curls. There's a cup and handle, so use it, right? Many traders are asking me, hey, this became a bearish, I exited here. That's fine. You can always use this support level from the pre-market to watch a little bit more, the next candle, right? So this is the judgment call you have to make. But this was a cup and handle long, and this is why I mentioned cup and handle curl. You can see the timestamps here. This was the initial 512 curl, and this was a cup and handle. This is a higher lows, and this is usually when sometimes you will get the curls. So beautiful winner, big winner for whole community today, NBIS. We came with the plan. I showed you the plan, and we executed the plan. And also a lot of traders traded it both sides, short and long. Beautiful win for us. Let's go to the next one. So next one, we're going to look at the Taiwan Sammy. Taiwan Sammy was on our watch. Taiwan Sammy was a daily breakout. Where did the daily breakout come from? If you go to the daily chart, you take your line, you draw this trend line, you will see a daily breakout, reject once, reject twice, reject thrice. Fourth time, fifth time is the breakout. So that's why it was on our plan. We know that our team member, he put it in as a technical setup. See, we do not trade blindly. Everything is on watch list. Everything is with the plan. I also made it red. Taiwan Sammy, all-time high breakout on the watch. The support I gave was 246. Resistance I gave was 248. I told the traders, no strength yet, no strength yet. If Sammy is strong, then daily break. So Taiwan Sammy, if Sammy is strong, then we get our daily breakout, right? So let's take a look what happened on Taiwan Sammy. So as soon as the market opened, as soon as the market opened, Taiwan Sammy breakout long triggered. I told the traders breakout long. You see 932. I gave the first 250 as the first target. We hit our first target. We pulled back at 10 a.m. We held the clouds, and we continued to run on that breakout towards 255. So the breakout longs right here at the open over the resistance level that I mentioned in the pre-market. Let's take a look here. Taiwan Sammy 248. So once 248 was gone, that's when you buy the calls. Then once you long it, it's over the yesterday highs, 248. You take it all the way to 254. Beautiful winner in the community, almost $5 to $6 per share profit for the traders. You just have to hold with the clouds. Do not panic on these pullbacks. Let's go to the next one. So next one we're going to look at is IREN. Let's take a look here. IREN. So IRN was also a gap and crap setup. Let's take a look here. And it also occurred later in the day. IRN, sympathy play of NBIS. Still waiting for the 30 breakout on daily, long over that, no go under that, 28.40, 29.46 and 30 levels. So I was hoping we get a breakout right out of the gate, but we did not get that breakout. We got a gap and crap. You showed it. 27.50 was your first target. MTF, you see here, MTF target hit. That's where you cover your short from 28.40. You know, you make a 70-80 cents. You're risking 20-30 cents. Good trade there. So after that, you know, it went sideways. There was no trade on IRN after that, but just like you use cup and handles, you on these curls you use downtrend line. So this is a downtrend line. You see that downtrend line, rejected once, rejected twice, rejected again, here. This is a combination of the downtrend line and the Ripster Clouds 512s. You take it back long, and when that happened, next one where came was our 30 breakout. I tweeted about it as well. Once we break out 30, we should push higher. A lot of traders are using it, but IRN was a beautiful trade, midday trade, and also the MTF cloud. You see the power. You see everything happens. The system is such a good system. Everything works with the system. MTF bounce, downtrend line, breakout, nice long for the traders in the community on IRN. Really good company. I have talked about it often. Really good stock. I also have talked about NBIS as well. A good investment name, a really great winner for everybody in the community. So the next one we're going to look at is UNH. Let's take a look at UNH. Let's see what was UNH doing. All right, so UNH. So what was our plan on UNH? Let's take a look here. UNH amended its guidance, told the traders to cautious of the gap and crap under 330, only long if 330 holds. So what does that mean? So initially you see the gap and crap, right? What did it do? It pushed to 328, 330, 34.50 clouds. Then it pushed to 330. This is where I told the traders to long it, just like I told in the pre-market. You long it, and then this was the breakout. I put a price alerts for the breakout right here. This was the breakout, and I did send out a breakout alert as well. UNH 334.10. Once you saw that breakout, and then you can see that 335.36 was your stops once it started to push over that breakout. And not only that, it was a daily gap. Learn this gap 341. This is the breakout 342. Breakout in the gap fill trade. You do not cut your position there. You add into your position or you hold your position. So at that time when that happened, I gave the targets on UNH as 350 as my final target, and we kept moving the stops up. You see we moved the stops up. My targets were 348, 350. You can see here timestamp. I gave the 348, 350 target right here. We met our 348 target. We even met our 350 target, and here is the next picture of the gap fill. You see how we pushed into the gap. Remember this setup. This also works as a swing trade. If we pull back, hold this level, it will also be a nice swing push into the gap. We have shown many swing setups, long-term trades as well on these gap fill setups. Really nice long day trade as well today for the community. And I did tweet it out on the Twitter as well. So hopefully some of you got it as well. All right, so next one we're going to look at is CRWV. Let's take a look at CRWV. Let's take a look. Let's go to the CRWV. Let's see what CRWV was doing. So CRWV was working nicely for us in the morning. We were long on the CRWV. Let's take a look. Long versus 98 starter. Once it broke 100, we added more into the position. But the market puked, and then it shook us out of the CRWV there. So it was our day two setups. You can see here CRWV day two setup. 99 support, 101 resistance. Also it was 100 psychological level. I think I also mentioned the CRWV in our game plan, highlighted main play, long over 100, long over 2021 MTF. So as soon as market open, I gave it as a long, and we did push from a 9800. We pushed all the way to 103 bucks. We made little decent trade there, almost $3 on it. But then we moved our stops up, and we got out break even, and then it flushed. And then it did pull back. This was another midday curls. You could get back long here. You can draw a trend line here, and it was give you a nice push. Now it's a nice push with Oracle and others. Will be high watch tomorrow as well because of the cloud infrastructure gaining so much. All right, so next one we're going to look at is Circle. Let's take a look at Circle. So what was our plan on Circle, and how did we trade Circle? So Circle was our 1 hour MTF long. Let's go to our day two sheet. Circle, trade versus 1 hour MTF, long over 114.50. That was the planning I gave to the traders. And if you see that what circle did, as soon as it pushed over 1 hour 14.50, you take it long, 1 hour MTF, you hold your long, take it all the way to 121, and then you stop out once it broke out 512. Yes, it did not give us all day runner, but that was enough move for the morning to take it long. All right, so next one we're going to look at is Lilly. Let's take a look at Lilly. Lilly was our MTF and daily breakout. Let's look at our pre-market plan. All plan was given in the pre-market. Lilly, long over 50-50 MTF, bullish bias, trade Lilly X ETF, daily breakout. So what is the 50-55 MTF? This one. As soon as you see it pushing or bouncing, you could take long here, and all the traders in my community, they already know the system, so they were already long on Lilly. Candle the Truth, great trader in the community, he guided the traders long over 512s and he pushed over the MTF. You add more into it, you can see that live guidance on our trading floor. Amazing trades on our trading floor. And Lilly was, I gave the targets of 750, and then we moved up the stops at 740.55. So 750, 748 stops, and 750 was our scale out. And it was a nice trade. You know, we started with the 738 stops, keep moving the stops up so that you do not lose. Worst case is you lose a little profit, but you focus on, letting your system work, not just blindly focus on the profits. All right, so let's look at next one. Next one we're going to look at is Hood. Let's see what was our plan on Hood. Hood was our loser in the morning, long loser. Hood, we did a long versus 116.98, but as soon as it pulled back, we stopped out. It tried to curl, but we stayed out. 16.20, we lost almost $1 on that amateur move. It did flush. You could short it back here later in the day. No go, bearish now. And I told the trader to use the same risk that we used to long, use the same risk to short it. 116.20 was our stop. You can see there on the long side, the same could have been used for the stop, for the short it, right? If you're trading with the shares, it's very easy to move around. You can switch your bullish to bearish position very easily. Now, if you're trading with the option, small account, it becomes a little tough for you there. But anyways, Hood was our long loser in the morning. You can see my timestamp guidance on the loser. All right, so let's look at the next one. Next one we were trading with the community was Baba. Baba was again in the morning 10 a.m. longs, right? It was a morning 10 a.m. longs. I told the traders to use the stops at 145.50. In the morning, it pushed to 148, gave a couple of dollars, and stopped us out. So nothing special there, not an all-day runner. But you can see that when Ripster Cloud tells you when to get out. Just follow the Ripster Clouds. Do not second guess yourself. Let's go to the next one. All right, so let's look at Apple. So Apple was a short all day actually, So because it was a big event today, so let's take a look. We were ready for Apple. I told the traders event today, sold off yesterday, today under 1 hour MTF, bearish bias under 1 hour MTF. Pay special attention to this, bearish bias under 1 hour MTF, long over it. So what were we doing? We were short all day, right? So I told the traders to put the stops at 237, short it in the morning. We faded to 235.50. This is where we covered the short. Look here, I said, event in 10 minute, close shorts, 512 curls. And once the event started, or 10 minutes before the event, it started to curl, you could long it at 536, take it all the way to 238. This said something about the translation on the headphones, really pushed into the 1 hour MTF cloud. But look here, again, right into the MTF clouds, failed it. Then, nothing new from Apple. Everybody was ready. We know there's no innovation. Apple, it's called a sell the news. So that's how we were trading on the trading floor. A lot of us were bearish bias, and this is where you short. My traders already know it. I shorted there. I think I short the traders as well. So let's take a look. You can see that as soon as that broke, I started the short. I shorted a couple thousand shares there, a couple thousand shares here. As it started to move down, I put my stops break even. And then as soon as the event ended, we faded nicely to 230, 30, 34, 50. I covered most of my short right there, 234. So nice. That was a nice trade for us, almost $3 per $3 per share win on the short side. And this is the reason I show you why to short closer to the cloud. You see my entry 237 to 37. I was shorting it closer to the clouds. I was not shorting it here. Even though it collected MTF, you could short it, but you need to be more advanced trader. But I was respecting my system. I was hitting it when it was pushing to 237. Whenever it pushed there, I shorted it, and then I made a nice profit. Amazing trade for the community. We were ready for it. I was on the voice all day. I was on the community. talking to the traders on our trading floor. We were just, there are thousands of traders on our trading floor. There's no trading floor like a floor like ours. Amazing traders, amazing trade, great teamwork on Apple short today. There are many other trades on there was a CWD, which was a gap and crap from 50 bucks. You can see that all day. Low floater went from 3 to 50, gap and crap to 8, right? There was a TECK, which was a morning gap and crap. And all these setups were in a pre-market plan. Let's take a look at CWD. CWD, I said, extended in pre-market for advanced traders. Over 50 can push, but under 50, it's a short. And you see that you just shorted, just like we shorted NBIS. We shorted NBIS with 100 psychological level. You could short CWD if you have the borrows with a 50 psychological level, but you're right here. It doesn't push over the 50. That's a short. You put your stops at 50, hold the short all day long. Home run trade for the traders in the community. CWD, gap and crap, psychological level trade. Let's look at some other trades. ASTS was a day 2 short, nothing too much to talk about that. Simple short, day 2 setup. You can see that. Let's take a look. I can show you the ASTS. Here you go, ASTS, downgrade by UBS, day 2 setup, neutral to bearish bias. And if you want to look at, let's see if it was on our day 2 sheet as well here. Yeah, so I just moved it to the day 1. That's why we didn't have it there, but it was a simple short all day. I had a news and you just short it and take all the way down to 36. It was a beautiful trade there as well. Let's look at the next one. Next one we're going to take a look at is MMA. MMA was a penny stock long scalp from 2 to 3 bucks. Let's look at the plan. The plan on MMA was Donald Trump joins an advisor. I told the traders, trade versus 2. If holds 2, long it. No go under 2. So you watch your setup like a hawk. You do not touch it. You do not touch it. You do not touch it here. 512 call. You can think of longing it. Maybe a startup position. Pushes over 2. You can add more and put your stops lower. And even if you, let's say you added 2,000 shares and you were risking $300, it went on to run to 3 bucks. It was a beautiful, beautiful long trade. We usually don't have a lot of, a low floor channel is different, but when there's some special trade, I always guide my traders. MMA was a beautiful long from 2 to 3 for $1 per share profit for us in the community. So there was another low floater. This is the power of our pre-market planning. We have our low float watch list every day, which our traders create. And you can see that you can watch my low float webinar. You want to learn more about it. QMM was a low float plan, ran all the way from the 8 bucks from the 8 bucks call, MTF bounce, 512 calls all the way to 100 bucks. The way you trade these low floaters are, you keep small position. Your risk is like $3, $4, $5, $6, $10 even, because you don't go your full size. Let's say your risk is 500. You will buy 50 shares and risk $10. And those 50 shares, you are trying to make $40, risking $10 from the clouds. That's how you trade these low float setups. You can go to ripstereducation.com. There's a low float tab, learn about the system, or you can watch our low float webinar. But you can see that cloud system was perfect on this low float mode as well. Beautiful day, great trades today. The market is really super duper hot. We'll hopefully can keep the streak going for tomorrow. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.